Assalamu alaikum, Habibi. This video is for you. I'm very sorry about what happened this morning. I understand that, you know, we know that, I was informed as well of a realm that sounds very haram. Sounds like katsu. It's, I'm not even feeling the laughter, and I have already said something very bad to, whom he is, the guy of the politician guy that was hired, and then he knew me from work somewhere, and now he's I'm not interested in the whole situation of debates, political debates and stuff like that. And I express that, but I'm saying that the better thing, right, is that, right, that I was just talking on AI, right, to Rayyan from the court case, right, that would be pretty much finished, because when I went, right, they said protective order, this that, right. Well, yesterday, right, he and that Rayyan closed his eyes too when the dad was here for an hour, because still he didn't feel happy to see him after everything he had talked it for 2 months, because he 2 or 3 months, everything that he spoke in there. And he continues to negotiate the time when I spent 5 years of my life in that house listening to him. Okay, and the reason that I said something about Jose, right, was because I lived with Jose, and effectively Jose had to redeposit me at the, you know, I gave him that name because, I say that, he's not doing that. The person that was bothering in the morning is Mandami. And Mandami is an Iranian person that's into terrorism and stuff like that. I'm not interested in going on with Mandami, but somebody had him going on as a social worker because they were saying that my mom is not receiving, how do you say, just or any treatment from police, that she's just ghosted by the police. And I'm like, well, she has to go outside and seek them for herself, or call them to her, and then they will talk, normal with her. And that's not happening. She continues to roll in those realms of the katsu thing that is extremely haram, very very haram, very very bad. Not for Christian, not for anybody. And there is a very bad and good war on the Catholics. I'm saying bad, morose. It's a morose war on them that started literally yesterday. And I was telling Willie as well that there's a different system of terrorism in Asia and India, and that a lot of people will look at it and become frightened just from looking at it, and never look at that or touch that again unless it's medically necessary. Yeah, medically necessary or something like that. Or, you know, my gosh, everyone is going to be in the street, or there's some kind of terrible problem. But really, I don't like it. But I have one of my zombies of street zombie time, that her name is Sanaida, right? And, hear the door open, and that's not a cat. Yeah, I heard a door open, and that's not a katsu, that's her room. And the other day I heard it, and my mom's behavior is very bad. You know, she drags feet, right? And she expects to see police and have a amicable, like a reasonable, like a happy speak with them, or a normal, regular, whatever, speak with them, right? It's not, it doesn't, because as well, many wrongdoing as well from Miami Gardens police. And I tell you that I try not to get involved. If I have to get, so I try to do it myself. I don't try to use you know, anything, that is very bad, to get about, taking care of you guys. And she doesn't know that as well. She's become a burden for me. That I'm having to take care of her too. And the stupid little shitty $400 or $500 that I have to give her to stay here, right? That I'm gonna give her the stupid money, because I didn't take care of her when I was younger, and that's how she got like that. I left, and I told her when I came to, I go, I'm sorry, I had to move on because I already had kids, and I couldn't see them well, and we were not happy, and everything was very dumb. And she wants to talk about this and that and other stuff and this, but I don't feel that we have to be talking about much at all. And no one is ghosting Ramos, okay? And no one is ghosting a Willie or any of that. I'm not ghosting anybody. I'm saying that she has ghosted from police. The police is ghosting her, and that's ghosting when someone acts like that. If I'm channeling you this out, I'll sit next to you, even if I'm like this, because sometimes we have to be like that, especially if there's terrorism and stuff going on in a bad, very bad war. Yesterday I was laying here this night and I got next to you, right? And I feel Umberto, right? Too much on you. Excuse me. The first time I say this, because already I'm noticing that my ex-husband, Alfredo Mauro, from 965 of the Alfie over there, is trying to help and come back and bring food and stuff, right? And I am married to him, right? That he allows like a boyfriend and everything. I had one before and everything when I was with him, and I don't really want the boyfriend, but apparently he have safety connect switch of something that he allowed because of a danger reason. And what happened of Mohammed bin Salman and the Paramajivi guy of India or wherever, that guy is just a friend. I'm not with that guy. I don't have any interest of being with him. And I'm very tired, I see here that I look back, right, and I see William like this. Inshallah, that William not be going on too much, William or the other one of the fighting one of the jiu-jitsu fighting one, because I don't favor them becoming boys because I feel that they're hurting the children any way that they are. If they're fat, if they have the baby, if they have hair, if they have breasts, I feel that they're hurting the baby. And I hope that stops. And I know that that's probably what caused it, because she always uses that excuse. She always says that. She always come up with it. I remember what you said when we moved here, and I was like, I know this is gonna happen. But what we have to know, my love, is that in the AI, right, you have literally two personalities in there. You have one from the court incident that I shared to Facebook, and another one, one that says Jenna Ran. And I put it Jenna Ran because, of, what happened to Brian and what happened when we were living in Burrow too, that with Aisha, and, of course that, when the person is behaving that very bad, horrible with anybody somewhere, that somebody's doing something to the point that going to have to be a jinn, they're going to have to be a Muslim spirit, and then we have to move on. But I hear everyone here, my love, and I see you perfectly. And as well, I take you to twice to you at school. I was at the Florida park today, and you and Cham were there perfectamente en castellano, perfectamente contento. Y yo me asusté, me sentí mal y todo, porque dije, ay, no, que no vayan a hacer. Y tú ves, esta señora se cree que yo cogí un, you know, ni siquiera my eyesight does that correctly anymore. With or without glasses, I can't see well. I know when it's rayyan, I know when it's sham. They were going to the back looking for fishing poles and stuff because we were very hungry that day. And I seen there was either Jackie or Yahira that came off me, and the little baby jumped up too. And then Yahira was like, she did the indicator right, because she can't get up and walk around and all this and all that, because trust me, it's not against the United States government at all. That's their indicator. Yeah, that's their indicator of passive. That it's time for passive. And it's not that there's some mandate or this or that or this or that. is that there's something happening similar to like when we are riding the bus that many others decide, because that's how I learned it, that they come with their children, they sit down and stuff, they sit the children in their lap or they put them next to them, or and they just some fall asleep and everything there for real. They with the child and everything, they fall asleep there and everything for real. I saw you one time there, and everything, and I could see that you know we had all fallen asleep in there, and that poof, the bus was gone because we don't even know why. But because of that hectic, and we rode the bus 300 million times, for the fake Abu Ubaidah to come and take our bus passes and everything like that, and try to leave us in the middle of nowhere with nothing. It's very rude, you know. He jumped out over there again with something of the sort, and yeah, the only thing I noticed, guys, my eyesight is not good, is that he was very white. I said to my son, I'm sorry. I said, whatever. And he say a rude thing. I was like, ugh. And then ice jumped and everything with police, and they talked to me. I talked to them. I was like, okay, probably that scene became, who knows, because I was on the phone with camera all the way over there, and all those trial tribunals that came after that. So I'm saying, please, my love, I don't like to see that. Doesn't make me happy, and I'm very sad that in the morning I say, oh, handyman Jose, this that, something, this that, have a house title in Paran, this that, of a house that he had rented, of a rented house, this that, where he's a rental property, this that. I've had to call him now and tell him, Jose, and the phone was very faint with Angel Perez in the phone and everything, and it shows Angel Perez and a kid. It does, yeah, with the long hair, and I was like, he told us that, but then I was talking, something happened to his mom, when something happened to his mom, I was like, oh no, and nothing, we have to stay prayerful. I understand, I don't know who's doing this Katsu thing. I'm glad you have told me, because, gosh, that's, I don't even want to know. It must be her sewing room thing that she's playing too far, because I did feel something bad, and I went over there, and no, yo chequeé, y eso ahí está como tirado, like tirado, like that, and I'm like, por eso yo said, a million stranger Americans have moved into that room. I said that because that has to be, if I was living in an apartment building with an apartment next door empty like that, but not empty, a clean floor, this, that, of an apartment there, like a little museum right now, like that, yeah, you have to have someone take over that, because, and they already have places for them in here too, because trailer parks always have American white people. It's like supposed to be of that. So we can see the Mandami, doesn't stop, and I know that somebody went too far, doing some very old lady that went on and on and on and on, and I wouldn't get involved in that, you know. I was ending self and everything with her there, and Harold even, right, said I lied. He said, I'll come off of you, and I thought you'd come off of me, and I was like, yeah, pop ahead. And I'm saying, that he expects me to respond to him now, and I'm going to post this video because, does him doing this is not helpful to me being able to channel connect and this, that, with that in a manner of opening, and that's your phone. I'm not answering your phone, son. That's Ramos' phone, the one that says Toledo, yes, that's the Toledo phone. This lady jumped like Toledo is, the bouncer card is not her, the Toledo is not her. It shows one of us. Yeah, I was telling you, when I was talking to, Martinez, I was telling him that, the only family that I know of family is my kids. Like, I don't have other family that's not my kids. That's why I said, oh man, that's Gina's grandma, That's why I said that, because I don't know. But Gina says she moved it over there. Nina is too little to do that one. But Gina, right, has many clone sisters. So, it's a law, the clone sisters can kindly help her to make this connection that she missed. of with police properly, because son, we cannot leave, my love. We have the school here, we have this, we have that. It's not about that we own this or that we own that or that we are this or that we are that. It's about that we're tired, and my only call is to Allah. It's not to the system, it's not to this and that, because nothing is available. Nothing. And I'm very weak, and I'm going to have to change and do this and that and all of this stuff to have to be able to make it in the street again, like we did when we were downtown, that we had to panhandle this and that. It's no fun, it's very bad. And the ones that are here using drugs and stuff like that, inshallah, right, they cut it out. They really cut it out, because no government requires anyone to use drugs for anything. And those Tihans continue to say that like they're crazy, And they identified 40, now they have 46 things wrong. So, inshallah, everything works out. Harold, I don't know, I'm saying, like, Daryl Adams and Dexter Sapp, right? Of like lying. Yeah, lying, really lying bad. What they bring? Umberto and my set of dumbs, like sexual Mirtha Rose as Chinese, and it's like I'm not happy with those two for a long time. And I don't go on in Texas sad of something, but apparently they went into Tumblr too fast. And that's how that happened. And both of them show black and everything. And, I tell you that I'm not saying this and I'm not saying that. I saw them at the park, both of them playing out. They're very happy. They're right ages. And I was at the park the day before yesterday. They have a lady there that I walked by with all my daughters very peacefully. That is a racist dog. And effectively, when I said that, I thought, oh boy, the racist dog is that. And she'll let her get her out. She make a problem. She expand this. She's on the bus. This, that. Another person said an unacceptable thing again. It's terrorists. Terrorists. They go on in that one. I'm gonna go to sleep, because you have to be careful with and not you, my love, because you are still little. But I'm gonna go to outside and go to the bathroom and stuff. And you're doing a great job as a Jinn. You're doing a great job as a Jinn, and you're doing a beautiful job as well of a spirit too. But not so much, because it can be haram. It can get haram, because of time. Time and the spirit thing. It can make a problem, And I wish that maybe you do more Jinn, That's why I like to keep, the stuff that's out of the kids, because of the Jinn, because someone can mess up your time, and say that, no, he's not turning 3. We have back and forth here this day, you hear this, because me, sadly, I feel like, I'm being forced, right, to look away, this, that, and everything. The one that Winky here was doing sex with Ramo. Well, she got in very bad trouble. I'm very glad, and I'm glad that she knows now, never again. Love you, Habibi.